What if I told you that the best sushi experience in Denver right now is hidden inside another restaurant, has no exterior sign, but it's run by a Denver food scene legend? This is Kizaki, a 23-course, $225 omakase, and as crazy as it sounds, it could be worth it. Since there's very little info about this place online, I'm gonna show you what it's like and give you some reservation tips for this place that only seats about 40 people a night, 4 days a week. Kizaki is the newest venture from Chef Toshi Kizaki, who you might know from places like Sushi Den, Izakaya Den, and Ototo. Similar to many of his other restaurants, it's right there on Pearl Street, but you won't see a sign just yet. You'll have the address on your reservation. You'll walk into what looks like a bright, upscale American restaurant. That's actually another restaurant called Margot. But don't worry, you're in the right place. This is where it all begins. After you check in, you can grab a drink from their extensive cocktail menu. I have read reviews where people mentioned that there was a sake sommelier for their meal, but we didn't have one. And just a heads up, drinks are extra and they're not included in your omakase price. And speaking of price, let's get it out there. This place is not cheap at $225 a person. And just to be clear, this video isn't sponsored. I paid for this meal myself. I wanted to try it. It was my wife's birthday and I wanted all of you to see it. Just to put some context behind that price, the well-known omakase at Matsuhisa is $175. This one has way more food and a lot more variety. Ukiyo's omakase is $175, but it's fewer courses and it's a lot less traditional. The counter at Odell's has about half the dishes, also for $175, so this is more expensive here at Kizaki, but you're gonna get a lot more food. All of these have completely different vibes, but Kizaki is a pretty amazing experience. When it's time for your 5 p.m. or 8 p.m. seating, you're taken from the bright world of Margot into Kizaki, and it's a big change. It feels like you've been transported into an intimate, small restaurant in Tokyo or New York City. The room has just enough lighting to be comfortable. It's pretty minimalist, and it feels like it was designed so that the food could be the most colorful thing in the room. There are 2 seating options. You can seat at the sushi bar or in one of the private rooms that seat up to 6 people. If you can, I'd book a spot at the sushi bar. I think that that's gonna be the move for most people. When you're sitting at the sushi bar for much of the night, your sushi is gonna go pretty much directly from Chef Toshi's hands onto your plate. You get to watch him and his team get to work right in front of you. We were in one of the private rooms, and while it's still a great experience and probably better if you're eating with a big group that wants to do this all together, we were a little bit jealous of the people who were sitting at the sushi bar and they were right in the mix. You really can't go wrong, but you can go more right, so just do what makes sense for you. If you're getting hungry watching this video, do me a favor and give it a like to help more people discover Kizaki. Also, because life is expensive right now and a meal like this is a big splurge, I wanted to tell you guys about Rakuten. It's a tool I use to save money pretty much anytime I shop online. I've been using it for 7 years to get up to 15% cash back at places like Nike, Lululemon, Best Buy, and back-to-school shopping at places like Old Navy. I've literally gotten over $1,000 back since I started using it, buying things that I would normally get. If you use the link in the description and at the top of the screen, you'll get a $30 bonus after making a $30 purchase within 90 days. It's a great way to support the channel, so thank you guys for checking it out. Now back to Kizaki. Once the food starts, you'll see why this is a pretty special experience. It's probably not the best place for picky eaters, but chances are if you're watching this video, you're down for whatever's on the menu. You're in Chef Toshi's hands for the night, and you'll be trying about 20 different kinds of sushi. Most of it is raw, some of it is perfectly seared, but all of it is super fresh and beautifully presented. There are no sushi rolls here, no filler, no jalapeno topped dragon rolls or cream cheese filled Philly rolls, and I'm not hating on those can be really good sometimes. This is a journey through delicious nigiri. We had this hand roll with caviar that was incredible, and then there are Japanese traditional dishes and soups that really tie the whole meal together. The team explains every single course, where the fish is from, and why it's placed at this point in the menu. If you're into that kind of stuff, it's non-stop here. I will say that not every single bite will be your favorite, and really it shouldn't be with the wide range of sushi that you're having here. But if everything is your favorite, I admire your outlook on life, and we should hang out sometime. Like for me, sea urchin or uni isn't really my thing, but I kind of think that's the point of experiences like this. You want to just try whatever the chef put on the menu. But they do know that uni can be polarizing, and it's the one dish that they'll actively ask you if you want to swap out. And the swap is lobster. The people next to us, they really like their lobster. My personal standouts were that hand roll, every piece of fatty tuna nigiri, and the scallops. But honestly, almost any of the 23 dishes could be your favorite. There's just so many different flavors that you're gonna have throughout the night. And the order of the food, even if it's a little unexpected at times, it just seems to make sense, like your favorite artist's second album. While the food is absolutely the star of the show, one of the unexpected treats is watching Chef Toshi and his team go to work. After 40 years of building the Sushi Den empire, Chef Toshi calls Kizaki his version of retirement. You can feel the joy he still has for what he does, and it's almost like he's honored that you chose to spend your evening there with him. He's obviously super focused, but he'll laugh with you, crack a quick joke, and he'll even sign your menu and take a picture with you behind the sushi bar at the end of the night. Ototo and Temaki Den are two of my favorite restaurants in Denver, so getting to meet him made this meal even better. Alright, so there aren't a lot of seats, so how do you get in? Right now, there are 2 seatings a night at 5 p.m. and 8 p.m. Thursday through Sunday. And you should plan to be there for about 2.5 hours to have the full experience, including dessert. You make reservations on OpenTable, you do have to prepay for the meal and add a 20% gratuity. So if you make that reservation, be on time and make sure not to miss it. And if you're doing the math here, for 2 people, you're looking at around $600 before drinks. And here are some pro tips for booking. The 5 p.m. spots and weekend spots seem to go the earliest. For an easier reservation, aim for an 8 p.m. on a Thursday. If you're eyeing those sushi bar seats, a later reservation might be your best bet. I wish that I had known that before making the reservation. I was just so happy to get one. They seem to be releasing reservations a little further in advance now. I booked mine about 2 to 3 weeks ahead. This place is pretty special, and not just for Denver, it would be special in any city. And I know it costs a lot, but I'm pretty confident that this place will get a Michelin star soon, which will make it even harder to get a reservation. When you combine the expertly crafted menu, the awesome service, along with the quiet joy from Chef Toshi, you just get a meal that is truly memorable. The servers know the details of every dish, and if you're there to celebrate a birthday, anniversary, or another special occasion, your servers will know it before you even sit down, as long as you list it on your reservation. It isn't flashy, it isn't trendy, it's just delicious food by a Denver sushi legend. And after 23 courses, you will go home full, so don't worry about stopping for fast food on your way home. And I know this was a little fancier than most of my videos, so if you're looking for good pizza, burgers, or breakfast in Denver, those videos will help. But if you're looking for an unforgettable sushi experience in Denver that will impress any lover of Japanese food, this is it at Kizaki.